Welcome to the Fifth Trooper Podcast.
Welcome back to the Fifth Trooper Podcast. You get a weird stare from me. I try not to I watch shorts on Facebook or something, and then I hit certain things content creators say. They get kind of bored in my brain. I try not to emulate them, but man, does it hard sometimes. I watched this. Anyway, never mind. So I was about to say, I watch a cat that smells stuff and either it pukes or it eats it, and they're up to episode 250 or something. Melon be smelling, and anyway, doesn't matter. Today I got with me. I'm back. Thanks for coming back, Evan. You're welcome, Evan. I got Austin.
What's up, guys?
And I've got Nick. How you doing?
I'm good to be back. All right. Nice. Evan lost his mind already. All right.
Yeah, it's just we've had a long talk. We appreciate you listening and we appreciate you doing everything. I got the same. I'll go through it here, but it's dry right now, boys. It's we don't even I wish I could say we had the battle force for Ewoks to pine over, and that'd be something, right? That'd be something interesting we could opine and talk about. But we got some stuff. But yeah, it's getting a little dry, so we're hoping hoping in a week
it's
or two
almost
here.
worse because we know that it's coming
Yeah,
it's soon, so we're just come on.
Yeah, because anything I have to say of relevance could change, or my fear is maybe it won't, and the updates are very small and the game doesn't really change, and then every tournament I go to is just
Dark Trooper's down 15 points to make it easier to run the thematic triple Dark Trooper list.
the thematic. Oh god, you have something I want. Your enjoyment of this game. No. But Fifth Trooper Podcast episode.
Dark Trooper took my fun and jetpacked away.
Just didn't jetpacked into the corner to score. Episode. How long can this go on? Google Hearthstone that. Hearthstone, how long can this go on? Then you'll get what I'm my gag. Okay, so Patreon, live free or die, suckers. We are ad free because we are Patreon free. So you get this. I hope I'll never have to talk about Manscaped or Raid Shadow Legends or
But Evan, have you seen the new model of Ridge Wallet?
Oh, look, I'm an extra guy, okay? Let's not be doing rich wallets for the lower class. Just kidding, coverage. Well, I don't know, man. Just make sure it's RFID blocking. The world's dangerous. But oh, go ahead, Austin.
I was just saying the world's a scary place.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts right now. Real crazy.
Why I never go anywhere without using my VPN from NordVPN.
NordVPN. Good thing I was listening on my listening to my prepper podcast on audible.com, or I have this extra battery for my lawnmower 2.0 by Manscaped, or a good thing I can run really fast from all the mutants with my G Fuel, or was it Gamer Gulp or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Forget the MeUndies.
Oh yeah, it's true. The MeUndies. That's true. The Star Wars MeUndies.
Everywhere I go, it's MeUndies.
Everywhere I go, it's just there. Patreon, live free or die. $1 a month helps a ton. Get access to our Discord and call us out for being cringe. Get rewards every quarter, and it helps keep us at
Cringe. I have at least a 60-40 cringe to base ratio.
Cringe to base ratio.
Yeah, so it's a significant portion of the time.
You're on the
takes
cringe
me to the cringe train. Boom, and you'd be a cool kid. I'm keeping that in because I like it. Found through this real quick. Upcoming events in no particular order because I just can't be bothered. Atomic Empire, North Carolina, June 10th to 11th, still there. The Big D Showdown, Dallas, Texas, June 3rd and 4th. And I think these are all world invites now because the kits are out.
Yes.
ACO, Austin and I will be there. And that's going to be the 16th to 18th. I still need to request some time off for that. 2 days, 6 games, Crucible somewhere in Florida. 2-day event. I think Crucible sold out. Is that right?
It was close last time I checked, and it's been a while. I will be in attendance. Are you guys showing? I think everybody's showing up, right, for us?
I will be there.
All right.
All right, cool. Yeah, you have to be there, Austin. You gotta represent your
Yeah.
You can't let two carpetbaggers come down to Florida and start. Honestly, I'm just going to go to Disney, and then I mean Legion's cool, and I like seeing my friends. And Bear Chemist is a really cool dude, super nice guy, really big pillar of the community, and I want to support him and his events. But also Disney. So
Yes.
like, if I can go get Disney
I
drunk,
need to make my lightsaber.
oh, you do? Yeah, that's right. If I can go get Disney drunk and like get thrown out by Mickey Mouse himself, that'd be like top 10 anime betrayals, but also like one of the best days of my life.
Come back now.
And get out. And I spelled it Tistaminis. It's Tistaminis. I spelled it wrong, and I just forgot to go fix it. So, whoops.
It's being held at like a gentleman's club or something. Or
No, it's actually like a really sick miniature store in Ontario, run by Ron. If you've seen him in any of the, he's in a bunch of Discord. Super nice guy. Ran a great event. They're sold out for this one. I think they only have like 4 tickets left for their June event too. But the bummer about that is I'd like to go to try to get a world invite because I won't be able to get one in my local store because I'll be TOing. But it's the weekend after ACO. That's like ACO will sat my wallet, and then like recovering is good. But I may not need to go if I win ACO. Like I'm not going to. I'm just like,
And then just like, you know what? I'll probably just win ACO and not have
yeah,
to
I'm just casually win ACO, no big D. But there's always that chance. So I don't know if I need to buy my ticket or not, and I don't want to buy the ticket because they sell out every event. They have like 20-man events. Wow. So I don't want to buy the ticket and then deny somebody. And then even if I like do a refund thing, it's like a week heads up. It's a thing. But I appreciate that they throw the events. And big shout out to all the road warriors who go to all these events and see all your friends and keep the game alive and growing. And we really appreciate you do that. Sabine is out. Holy guacamole. Hooray, a new unit. So we had Cody last month. We had Sabine this month. And what? Cody last month, right? Am I wrong?
Austin's staring too.
Cody last month, but this month
is Sabine, right?
No. There's some wires crossing your brain there.
Was Cody this month?
No, Cody was last month. That part is correct.
Yeah, Sabine came out last Friday, right?
Sabine's been out for like 4 years.
What? Sabine? Oh no! Oh God! All right, I meant Ahsoka. Oh, holy crap! Wow. Oh, okay.
You just typoed that and then Ron Burgundy to like the full extent.
Be careful what you write. You'll say anything that comes on that teleprompter. Anything. I'm Ron Burgundy. Wow, man, my brain. Holy crap, dude! It's just like how checked out I am right now. It's like not even a joke. Like it's just tough because I want to opine and I want to build lists and I want to talk about it. And I see these new content creators pop up and they're like doing some cool stuff like lists, like talking about lists and stuff like that. It's kind of off the wall, and I really appreciate that. But like just with the looming of points, it's like anything I make now could just not even matter in a week or be wrong or points, or like how do I get ready for ACO when I don't even know like what what's
I'm pretty
happen.
sure that this list has nowhere to go but up. Like not in terms of like points are going up, but like in terms of like stock. The stock of this list has nowhere to go but up.
What if really 4D chess mastering it, and by Sabine is out he means points go down on Sabine, which
Sabine's
more relevant, and now Sabine's out of prison or like out of the cage.
Okay, you know what?
Austin, what if Evan's like 4D chess mastering?
Sabine is out of the shadows.
Plus 10 DKP for Austin. All right, you got.
Oh man. But I stopped my dots early and everything.
I stopped. I didn't want to draw aggro. So okay. Austin, what you gonna do if no points by June? Let's say they just don't do it.
Probably the same thing I'm doing at Rocky Top this coming weekend and just playing Blizzard Force.
Oh, that's right. Rocky Tops this weekend. I kind of forgot about that.
I cannot make it, unfortunately.
So I was thinking I want to play Ahsoka just because it's a new thing and it's Rebels, and Rebels are kind of like having some rough times right now. Actually, I had a good shout out thinking about units that have some rough times here. What did I get sent? People send me random stuff all the time. Actually, Mickkkky from Poland sent me the turnout for they had an 8-man, or not, sorry, 8-man. Their top 8 for their biggest event in their area, and like top 4 were like CIS. Kind of wild. Yeah, no. Let me I gotta do a little
we need this emergency meeting right now. Just
yeah, let me send this to myself because he sent it to me over Facebook Messenger. Yeah, it's so number 1 was Empire. You can't even see the face.
Just dad face the camera.
Yeah, just like can't even bear to look at it. Was that Gar? No, it's got to be Empire, right? I'll put it up on the screen in a little bit here. When we get through it. So it's Empire, Shadow Collective, Rebels, CIS, Empire. Kind of crazy. Let me link this to myself. Okay. Copy link. And we'll put a pin in that and we'll go over it. Brain shutting down. Sorry. I should have had this prepared. I kind of didn't.
Multitask, Evan. Do it all now.
Oh, dude. It's like
all now.
I really need to get diagnosed for ADHD. My brain's been just like, wow, all over the place. So we'll put a pin in that, but we'll look at that because I told Mickkkky I would, and he's a nice dude. I met him at PAX last year, and super cool opponent, and he did very well at Worlds. And absolutely the least I could do for a guy who traveled across the world is talk about an event he was in. Like, absolutely. So all right, so put a pin in that. I will get back to that. But so this is what I'm thinking about if no points by ACO. It's I want to do Sabine Ahsoka because that's the card, right? The family reunion, they each get to take a speed 2 move after they each activate, which is cool because you can time it. It doesn't have to be like you move Sabine then you move Ahsoka. You can like hold it to get some like value. Like I've had a good time like putting Sabine in kind of a risky place, or maybe completely safe. I do something with Ahsoka, and then I move Sabine. I last move Ahsoka, get Sabine in place, and then next turn I play explosions, get to shoot my pistol, drop a bomb, then move back behind cover, and like the whole setup was like very nice, and that was cool. I didn't really know what to do because I don't know what I'm going to be running into, so I figured I'd go with a couple old standbys. So Rebel Officer, Vigilance, Portable Scanner, Ahsoka Tano, BOS, Force Push, Tenacity into the fray, Sabine, Up Close and Personal, Recon Intel, Darksaber, 2 Rebel Troopers with the DLT, Captain Situational, 2 with just the Specialist, because he's only a point more than the extra guy, and you get a free dodge out of the deal. And maybe you use it twice a game. Maybe you move, take an objective, recover, move, or something. But you got to think, is 2 hit points worth 8 points, or 8 point really, because you're just putting an extra guy in and getting 2 dodges out of that. I think yes. And then 2 1.4s, because Rebels have just dog water anti-armor. And I figured with those plus the sabers, I'd probably be fine if I got into an armor heavy matchup. Because 1.4s will mulch dark troopers, like as long as they can see. And if you're on a bad table and you can't see, real sad. But so far
they do have a pretty wide area to draw line of sight from now.
They do. But
they have the AAT problem where they just they can see and be seen from just like everywhere.
Yeah, like they'll get shot. So this is what I'm thinking about. It's 9x. It's pretty good. Probably end up passing a lot because most lists are 10. I tried to like shoehorn Clan Ren in there, but man, for their points are just not. They're just missing something. I don't know what it is.
I like Clan Ren, but I feel like they don't really work in this list at all. I mean, and I don't think they're great by any means, but I don't hate them. The two wounds helps them a lot versus standard Mando stuff. Being range 2 does, primarily range 2 does kind of suck, but I don't hate like Sabine, Clan Ren, 2 snipers, and like I think they feel all right in like the number 2 slot, but once the list starts taking more of the focus away from them, and they're more left up to just the random chance of the bad, and they don't have other special forces tokens to help cover for them and stuff like that, they start, really dropping off a cliff in value.
Yeah, agreed.
I was thinking, instead of a rebel officer and downgrading the rebel troopers a little bit, of doing Lando, in there, because Lando's 2 pip's just phenomenally good. And there might be a time where you don't want Family Reunion or Swift Protector. I mean, they're both really good cards in my opinion, but you have no use for the move, or you have no, like, maybe Sabine's dead, or you have no use for maybe like Ahsoka's way out of position where she won't be able to block, right? Won't Guardian get the dodges. Mostly just giving out the dodges. I think usually the right call is to not Guardian unless you're protecting an objective carrier or something. Just getting free dodges is pretty sweet. But the being able to hand out a standby to Ahsoka is pretty rad. Ahsoka also really likes Cassian's cards, like Holy Cow, Last Stand, Volunteer Mission, very good. But I don't know. Again, it's like if I put him in there, I drop the Rebel Troopers down to just maybe some Z6 squads, and that kind of works too. I can hit like 9, because he goes up about 40 points. I give him like it's situational awareness. I give him improvised orders, and it's like okay. I think at that point maybe I drop Sabine, and then, but that kind of feels like I'm kind of here for the combo. Like the other list I'd be playing right now, if I like wanted to get painting and I didn't have to paint so much, would be like doing Dooku Asajj, just because I find it interesting. It's not like super super great, but I'm dying. I find it just cool. Like
it's neat. It is like almost 500 points wrapped up in 2 units, but it is neat.
Well, the guy that won Adepticon last year, who you played in the semifinals, I ran into him game 3 of day 1 at Adepticon this year at Worlds, and that's what he was playing. And like that is a lot, like the 2 Mickkkys on a force, like on one force user, that is a lot of like force user hate. But
yeah
he didn't have like any, he didn't have like
but there's no guns.
Yeah, because he also had Magna Guards in there. He basically just had like a bunch of dodge spam, a medical droid, or he had 2 medical droids, and then a full squad of Magna Guards with just a Magna Guard heavy and protector. But like, I will admit, if I was playing like Blizzard Force, because I brought a lat, and I just like Vader just sat in the lat the whole game, and he had no way to get.
I'm not getting out. You're crazy.
Yeah,
like, are you nuts?
It was literally turn 6, and he like double followed me, and I was still in the lat. I was like, at least I'm in the lat and not, in the middle of all your.
Oh man,
that's to be range 1, suckers.
Holy cow! Just bullet dodged,
flying around.
Yeah, but like, it does seem the Dooku Asajj seems fun, but I think Dooku's in just such a rough spot right now. Like, he gets.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just gonna say the only thing he's really got going for him is cunning, but he has one pip. So like Maul does that better than him, because Maul's got two. Maul has 6 cards. Dooku has, and 2 of which are a 3 pip.
Yeah,
and like, I think Dooku needs a little help. He also is like probably one of the flimsiest, like like in terms of melee, like defense, because you can only ever put like one surge token on him.
Yeah.
From I mean, if you're on like a T series, you can give him another surge, but like any other Jedi or Saber user that has Into the Fray, like they're going to be way more survivable than he is just on average.
It kind of shocked me that they went out specifically to say Anakin and Obi-Wan get surge to defense in melee, but they left Dooku out. Like if they had just said all Clone Wars models get surge to defense in melee, like that's just a blanket thing. Okay, because that's nothing but sword fighting, like that's but like Dooku being the best duelist, like he's supposed to be the best bar none, nobody else, he's the top. That's there's a whole book about it, Jedi Lost, right? They talk about how like he's the baddest of asses, nobody beats him, and you're saying like he's has just the same odds of defending as Luke from Return of the Jedi, who swings it like a baseball bat, right?
Yeah.
Like
Empire Strikes Back Luke.
Yeah.
Just
Empire
like,
Strikes Back Luke has actually more dodge cards. He's not getting the surges, but he's
did I say Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, but still.
Oh my god! Wow,
Jedi Luke
man.
also swings like a baseball bat.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and a couple
man,
of
my
fights.
brain, dude. I don't know where it is right now. Like, but yeah, I'm just like a million miles away.
A little love, because like the one concession I'll make is Force Choke is really strong. It should go up to 10 points. Dooku should come down 10 points. And so in total, Dooku gets a 5-point nerf because you still probably play choke on. But but like Dooku just needs something. Like the climbing helps.
I think Dooku, I would like to see him get better, not necessarily cheaper.
Just
like maybe like add it to Mickkkky Master or something, like when you spend a dodge in melee doing a defensive surge.
Oh, okay. You're just better, you say? Like how so? Yeah, no, that's good. Like, if you have I think it should be like kind of a blanket thing. If you have a called out stance, you get to do that. Like that's just part of you being like a badass.
Yeah.
Because look at like Ahsoka, like she fought, Vader one-on-one in Rebels, and she had all those other like saber fights, and you're telling me she can't surge the again, like I understand like an Inquisitor not surging to defense in melee because they're confident, like they're overconfident, and they're not like they kind of win because they have like mild force powers and a sword that cuts through everything. It's not necessarily like a ton of skill, but it's just kind of a bummer, like because Sabine with the Darksaber is more defensible in melee than Dooku. What geez,
at least like he has no access to Into the Fray, so and not that that's what he wants to play anyways. Dooku doesn't want to be like, he's more of like a linebacker, like a parry piece, so it's like, and I just he either needs 2 more command cards, because like right now when I look at something like, all right, if I'm playing a focus piece, what focus pieces are going to give me like the most value? And immediately I look at Vader, and then I look at Shadow Collective Maul, and then Yoda. And
those are top 3.
Top 3, I think. And then I look at, all right, well, what are their surrounding armies like? Like, all right, well, Vader it is. Like
Well, that's an interesting thought when you're comparing to the others that came up in my head. What if it was like a general rule that, and most of this it already fits, that like the faction leaders in air quotes all had 6 cards.
Oh, that's
we got like Luke, Vader. I guess you could technically call Palpatine leader, but Vader's like the forefront.
Yeah,
and same
like fine with seeing Palpatine get 3 more cards.
Yeah, like Palpatine could use 2.
Yeah,
but they should all probably have 6
in like an X-wing. CIS and Gar can take Counselor Palpatine.
He's double-sided.
He's double-sided. He flips and he does stuff, and so I'm kind of expecting like, if I was a designer, maybe like I make a Gar Gar Palpatine, and his cards can maybe go to Empire Palpatine, like cunning, because he didn't really change too much. Like near the end of Clone War, like from Revenge of the Sith to where he was, he's still like a evil Force user. Like he was arguably better in Revenge of the Sith because he could like move around, right? He wasn't like an old dude in a chair. Like so I wouldn't really see a problem. Like I take umbrage a little bit with like Empire Boba Fett being able to use Rebel Boba Fett's cards, because he wasn't really leading with respect then. He was just like a hired gun, right? He wasn't like some things like that, and I'm not really a big fan of. I don't mind Rebel Boba Fett getting those cards because they're all just weapons. It's like rocket, knee rocket, backpack rocket, flamethrower, whipcord. Like, yeah, those aren't a thematic point in the character's development. They're just stuff he has. It's like stuff like that where like I liked how they said, hey, CIS Maul can't use Scum Maul's cards because he wasn't like he didn't have witch magic. He wasn't ruling take what power we can. Like, I'm like, cool, okay, that's good. I hope we see more of like that. Then they let the Boba Fett stuff happen, and I'm like, well, Boba Fett's already kind of nuts at 120 in Empire, even if he didn't have those cards. Like, he's still like pretty good. Anyway, but this is my like I'm probably gonna play it on Friday. One of the locals wants to give it a shot, and we got a couple new players. I actually just traded some of my extra CIS stuff to a buddy for some other models.
Traying the best faction.
Yeah, well, he really likes Grievous, and I'm like, oh, he's like, hey, can I play as Grievous in that game? I'm like, yeah, but he's like, oh boy, and I'm like, oh no. So I like,
gee willikers.
Yeah, dang, now I gotta play Clan Ren and like.
Yep, he's got his Madadard in too. You should definitely play the Madadard with Grievous.
Yeah, that's what I did. I gave him the box. Also, we're doing that core set thing. The Battle Force challenge, and it's just like we had that the Worlds happened, and then like it's now the Road to Worlds is happening again. Odds of me getting to get back to that were really low, and I didn't really need the stuff. I can always get it again. Like it's whatever. Most of my time
that Clone work was rough.
Yeah, the Clone one wasn't great. But I do think if you're getting into Legion, buying a Battle Force is good, and you should play it against another buddy who's got a Battle Force. Even if like they're not all created equal, I think you're fine. You're gonna have a good time with your buddies. It won't matter.
Yeah, you'll be fine. And it's fixable like with like
a couple buys.
A couple purchases. Like
but all I had on me with my Worlds list, and I just kind of like I wanted him to see the potential of the tank and Grievous. Like it's there. They're not Grievous on paper isn't terrible, right? He's like he throws a lot of dice in melee. He's got Pierce, and so I kind of
just very efficient damage.
High health too.
Yeah, 8 health. You can make a mistake with him, and you're not just toast. So I kind of I pushed my army forward, and I did some like silly moves just to like I wanted him to see how good the things were. Because otherwise, like I ball up my army, I do play Sudoku, like you shoot, Chewie takes some, Luke knocks it away. You don't feel like you're doing anything to me. My 1.4 is rip your tank apart, and you don't get to do anything. It feels really bad. And I didn't want that to be their first experience, especially with a character they really wanted to play. Because I want it's a game, you should enjoy it. I've won enough games. I don't need to win anymore. I'm good. I'd like to win more, but like my need to win is
it's fine. Cost.
Yeah,
hold on. I want to pump the brakes here for a second. This is a neuron just fired. Is Grievous Asajj good?
Maybe.
You still have access to the force push, and then you can take. You're not quite as punished. They're both relatively cheap.
Yeah,
we're at 305 points before you start putting upgrades. So
I think Grievous is, or as the big Discord's been calling him, Greg. He'll get his general back when he's actually good. I think Greg. He's just got he's just not
His 3-pip sucks. It's
His
like
three pips, it's a
you
win
know,
more.
It does.
Yeah,
it's like,
you're already
all
winning
right,
when you're
well,
at
I'm
that point.
already winning, so let's just win some more. And
His 1 pip is his
I,
best
I
card.
I think his 3-pip is okay as like you play it when you've killed like one. You don't try to hit a home run with it. You just use it for assault plus a surge, and
His one
you're happy
pip's
with it.
confused because is it a dive card or is it a get out of jail free card? Because generally every other character has a card that does that, right? Like you don't need it to be both. Because that's disengage, which he should just have disengage. I think
He should.
he's a coward. He just leaves. Like that's his. Like I remember I was talking in a side Discord, and I'm like, every character in Star Wars, we've talked about this before, but like has a list of philosophies behind them when they're in games or media that they kind of have to follow. And like for example, Grievous in X-Wing, he gets rerolls on attack when he's backstabbing you, when he's out of your firing arc shooting at you. And then when you give his ship the title, the soulless one, he gets rerolls when he's running away. Like on defense. So like that's core Grievous, that's him, right? He wants to hit you when he's got all the advantage and he scurries away. In Legion, he doesn't feel like that. He feels like a very expensive weak unit who can get panicked by 2 mortar shots. If you make a mistake, like you look, I make tons of mistakes. I don't double check sightline sometimes, and so it's like, well, I can see a little nip of your silhouette, so
I feel called out.
yeah, you're dead. And then so like I just get like triple mortared, and then Grievous doesn't do anything for the rest of the game. Like it's the problem is like his courage is low, but he has no way to like mitigate that because he shouldn't have to be spending his training shouldn't have to be endurance. Shouldn't have to be endurance. Like tenacity should be cool. Into the fray should be on him. Like that's made for him, right? Get in there, get some defense. Like I have what a block. Block's actually better than deflect right now. Like most secrets because you just get surge to defense. Or is it only on range? Is
block is I think just straight up surge.
Okay. 1 sec. Well, let's do a little
while defending, you spend a dodge token, you gain surge to block.
Okay, so block is better than deflect, and you could say the argument, well, deflect, you can hit damage back, but that's pretty rare. Like it's 1 in 6. It's like it's
no, go ahead.
No,
it's
go
1 in
finish your
6,
thought.
and it's. I mean, if your Jedi's getting shot,
yeah,
especially one that has jump, you're usually not. Especially if he's taking like a big attack pool from a unit that actually will like matter if you can deflect some back. That's not good. You're already in a bad spot. Like,
what were you gonna say, Austin?
I was just gonna say I think the only time deflect is like actually not just reliable, but like useful is on Vader's 2-pip, Fear and Dead Men, and Luke's full prizes. Like other than that,
it's like a nice surprise.
Yeah, because like I think Vader's 2-pip is the best because it's kind like if you're playing like Vader's 2-pip, you can at least play around. You're like, all right, well, because like I had a game where I was like, all right, I got to do like 2 wounds to these Dark Troopers, which there was a weird interaction with forced choke on unit leader, and then they suffered wounds from like a shot, and he actually was able to. You're actually apparently able to assign it to the assault cannon or like another mini, even if the unit leader already has a wound on it.
Oh,
which
okay.
There was a forum
because
rolling
it's
on
the leader,
yeah.
But it didn't used to always be like that. So I guess in the CRB it changed, but it was very big. But anyways, it was a situation where I was like, all right, well, I've already killed 1 Dark Trooper squad, I've lost 1 bike, like it's gonna come down to points, and like you can kind of like math it out. You're like, all right, well, I'll drop Vader's 2-pip because if he shoots me with the assault cannon, I either live. He has to do 2 wounds to kill me. They have 2 wounds on them. So like if he wants to kill me, he's gonna kill himself. And that's gonna put me way up on points because like now I've traded Vader and a bike for 2 Dark Trooper squads. Like I think Vader's the 2-pip is the only one that you can like rely on deflect to actually do something. Because like every side of the defense die is doing something positive for you.
And the other one is a bit of a cop out because it's not deflect. I think like
Yeah.
big melee pools with Sorosu
Oh yeah.
are pretty
Okay.
good. Because I mean, when you think about it, like you're not rolling against that many dice when you deflect. Like you're taking your range attack. It's Legion as it is right now, so you probably have heavy cover, and you're taking away another one from a dodge. So you're stripping 3 off of whatever dice pool you just got hit with.
Yeah.
Are you rolling like 2 or 3 dice? 3 is probably even like a lot, and just hoping for a surge. Like it's not that big of a deal. I'd much rather have it in melee where you're not taking the cover off, and dice pools can actually get pretty big with things like Mad Guard and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's man, it's just interesting. I don't know the answer, but we'll
Grievous
see.
probably also use like Indomitable and I mean
Yeah.
honestly,
I'd like the
like
Courage
this-
2. I think
yeah.
Courage 2 is fine for him, but Indomitable is, I think, that's a pretty good touch. He panics,
Yeah.
runs away, and then he comes back. And he runs away and he comes back.
Yeah, I need like it's almost like I wish he was like Courage 3 in the aspect of his units checking for courage value, but Courage 2 for panicking, maybe, or maybe vice versa. Maybe he's like the only aura he gives out is Courage 2 because no one really cares. Like he's there, but he's not like his name may be General Grievous, but like he's not
He's a
like
beat stick.
yeah, he's not that respected. But in terms of him panicking himself, maybe he gets the 3 treatment. So it takes 6 to make him like stop. I don't know. It's just like he's a weird point where he almost needs like a full rework. Like I think if you point him down low enough, if he hits like that 125 point value, he's almost too efficient. Where he's just like because his cards stink too, so you don't even care if I might if he was 125, I take his gun and maybe like tenacity or into the fray, and like that's it.
Like just go in there and do your thing. Like
Yeah, like he's just a missile, right? You just send him in and like I probably won't even take his cards. Maybe his 1 pip. Like 2 pip.
Depends on who's else in there. Yeah.
Yeah, just take like even because the generic droid cards are really good. So it's just like I'd rather have a T series or a super attack in the back, just like actually managing my army. And like Grievous just missiles in and like hides behind a box, peeks out, shoots with his gun once in a while, just peekaboo. And then like when it comes to like a KP or something, he just dives on you and does like a spin to win or something. Like I don't know. I'm not like a huge Grievous stan, but I'd like a named character to feel scary. Like I kind of want to look across the table and I'm like, oh no, you're playing Grievous, or like, oh no, you're playing Leia. Like if I see generics, I shouldn't be too worried. I'm like, okay, they don't really do anything special. They're just kind of there. But like when you see a named hero, like, oh no, Han, Chewie, Leia, oh no, instead now it's like, oh cute. All right. Hey, you know what? It's not Blizzard. Let's go. Right, like that's gonna be a game at least. Okay, boom.
I don't know. I'm terrified every time I see Darth Vader. He's named.
Oh yeah, well, like well, that's the thing, right? Like you care about him. You care about Darth Vader, and you care about Operative Luke, because that's Return of the Jedi Luke. You care about Yoda. You care about Anakin. Obi-Wan, maybe. I don't know. Like I see him and I'm not like super scared.
I care like, oh, that turn where he plays his 2 pip and I do no damage is gonna kind of suck.
Yeah.
And then
so
all right.
baiting that out, yeah. But did someone say Skaven? So
No, I'm pretty sure no one did.
I think
Next slide.
So I've been building a Age of Sigmar army kind of like on the side. I'm not gonna go into Age of Sigmar too much, but just like on my hobbying journey with that. Because I just really have to paint Ahsoka that I'm kind of like good. Like, I don't really have much I need to like get going. So I've been doing some Skaven. Oh nope, don't worry about that. So I've got the Skaven army here. It looks pretty good. This is some
Wow, Evan, you broke out the fog machine.
For all our audio listeners, watch the YouTube video for a segment I thought was going to be really funny. Turns out I'm the only one laughing, as per diem. But Yeah, no, these are not my Skaven. These are absolutely not my Skaven. Mine are sitting way back there, and I hope to beat Tim, formerly Stabcast, maybe Fifth Trooper. I don't know what he's doing. Tim's he's playing Slaves to Darkness, which are like the power metal. All their even their core units look like they should be on a metal album of like Black Armor.
The Chaos
and
Knights. They're just
yeah, they're pretty sick. But I love me some rats, and I want to get into this for Manet too, because they're bringing back Old World, which is pretty neat. And all the armies from Old World that were there before will get rules and will be playable, but they're not making new models for them yet. Anyway, they've given a list of new models they're making. It's like they're bringing back Bretonnia, Empire of Man, dwarves, wood elves, high elves, and then there's orcs and goblins, beastmen, chaos, and I think something else that wasn't Skaven. But
we did my homeboys, the vampire counts.
Oh man, the vampire summon the Elector counts. It's so Skaven will be playable. Just they probably won't get anything new for Old World because they're getting stuff in Age of Sigmar. But most of all the models for Skaven they're the Old World models. They didn't really update them, so you can just put them on a square base. I don't know if I need to rebase them or if I can get them off the bases. I'm not sure. I used some good glue, but I'm excited for that. Should I be talking about Shatterpoint right now? Probably. Rats. No rats. There's no rats in Shatterpoint. But have you seen the Shatterpoint like product release schedule?
No, I have. I've seen like all the stuff they said they're doing, but I don't know the dates.
Let's see my
but
PowerPoint.
It's like MCP cranked out a lot of stuff in the first like year, and then they've kind of slowed down a little bit with the release schedule. But yeah, I mean, there's like they just announced the Dathomir witches with Savage and Mother Taliesin.
Dantooine. The rebels are on Dantooine. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Where are you? It's end of May. Oh wow, a lot of crap's going on in May. Dude, their Asmodee's release schedule is like actually insane. Yeah, so June 2nd, we've got Dice Pack, Obi-Wan, the Train, Dooku, and the Core. And what I've heard from first like reports from people is you don't really need more than like the Core and like one piece of terrain or two from the side sets. Then you're kind of like good. And then like a month after that, or it's a couple weeks after. No, it's gotta be next month. They've got Grievous, the Inquisitors.
Is the Grievous pack called Appetite for Destruction?
Yeah. I mean,
Some
yeah.
Guns N'
Like,
Roses
Grievous-
fans in the the Shatterpoint department.
Yeah, I saw that. I caught that too. I'm glad you caught that, Nick.
It's too like God. I hope he's like.
Yeah, he like we've had in Legion. Like, there's never been a time where, like you were talking about, Grievous was on the other side of the table, and I was like, "Oh man, how am I dealing with this?" It's just like, "Oh, it's Grievous again." Like,
Yeah. Oh, if I
much
just a stiff breeze might send him away from my army. But like I want to play Grievous. I want him to be cool.
There was times when I was a little bit worried about Grievous, but I think that was only in like the very early days when people were still playing like Double the Fall. Not the command card, the list where it was due to a Grievous.
Yeah, the list.
Oh, I also have to worry about him.
Then we've got the Inquisitor pack, which is pretty neat. I think it's fifth brother and
Fifth and fourth.
Fifth and fourth sister. Or are they just considered generic Inquisitors?
No, their names are on the front of the box.
Okay, are they? All right. 4 stance cards, 4 order cards. Wowzers.
Wow.
General Inquisitor, Reva, fifth brother, fourth sister. So that's cool. Reva's interesting. They really went with like
sister.
No second, like, well, there's got to be a Cal second sister pack, right? Like, look, if they gave the Obi-Wan show, nobody talks about that anymore. Like nobody's like, man, can't wait to go back and rewatch Obi-Wan. Like, no, you watch the first 2 episodes and you watch like the last 2, or maybe even just the last episode, and you're like, cool, that was good and fun. I'm actually shocked that like they kind of went all in on Obi-Wan like they did. So this is cool. Luminara, Barriss, and Clone Commandos. Clone Commandos are a tease, and I hate it.
I know, right? Like, come, just give me Delta Squad. There's 4 of them. It works. Just do it.
Yep. I don't. That makes me sad. But this is all coming out the month after. It's like 6 releases. I mean, Mace Windu. Like, how long have people been like, man, Mace and Legion when? Right? Like, and he comes out the month after the game launches. It's like a Mace Windu, Commander Pons.
This party's over, squad pack.
This party's over, squad pack. I didn't even catch the name. Yeah.
Where I'm at with Shatterpoint is AMG needs to prove to me that they really do care about Legion as much as they claim they do before I start buying into Shatterpoint.
I mean, that's fair.
Me personally.
Yeah.
Me personally. I would love to buy
I will also admit I am not buying Shatterpoint on release. I am gonna let some people get some more hands-on experience with it, get some reviews out.
Yeah, I feel like there's some like...
especially for the more like I'm a more of a gritty technical player, and really all reviews have pointed to Shatterpoint being not my kind of game.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, right, like
which is fine. It's not for everybody, and that's true because Legion kind of is that kind of game. You can play Legion like just like do whatever, push it and go quick, but like really the precision that's in Legion lends it to more of like the grindy chess match, where I think Shatterpoint, it makes more marketing sense if they actually specifically tried to stick away from that.
Yeah. So that's normally my kind of gameplay, is what you're saying you don't like, is I like random, because I can like, I thrive on the chaos, and like, how can I like, that's why I like Darkest Dungeon so much. It's like making the best of a bad situation. It's like, how can I take this garbage run and salvage it? Or like, how can I, odds against me, make it out with some crazy play or something, right? Like, but I don't, it's one thing to buy a game for $20 and play it on my computer and then have like the game just be really mean to me. And it's another thing to like spend $1,000 to go to an event and then like just 2 flops of objectives didn't go my way and I lose. And it's like, okay, like that feels pretty bad. And I've never I do like the dice system where it's like set dice, but I'm really surprised more games haven't done the Armada, where it's like there's no defense dice. You just roll attack dice, and there's like defense abilities that you can use to like mitigate the damage. Because defense dice only really make you sad. Like they're just there to disappoint. And
yeah, I think I do like that approach. I like the no defense dice approach. Nothing else, it speeds up gameplay.
It does. And you get to do the fun part without
in
having
theory,
to do the
it's
bad
a little
part.
less swingy.
Oh, well, yeah,
as long as you have like a decent amount of attack dice, like it gets more because it's only 1 point of randomness at that point.
I don't like the MCP where it's like Hulk rolls 9 attack dice and I have 6 health. So I'm dead. He hit pretty good, so I'm just out. So I roll my defense dice and it's like a 33% chance to block and a 50% chance to hit or something. It's just like there's no hope that I survive this, right? Besides if I roll 3 crits and then 3 crits, and so I block 6, or not 3 crits and like 3 blocks, and that just kind of feels bad the other way around. Like I don't like, I don't think MCP is a bad game. I do like the objectives. They fix the objectives, so not just random crap where it's like you got to roll a die to see if it's the survivor you're looking for, and you're just getting everyone's rolling, and then all of a sudden it's randomly you, and you just win. It's like, no, that sucks.
That's what I'm really hoping they realize. Like, oh, we've done this before, and they pivot. Like, here's the competitive mission pack for Shatterpoint, and like,
that'd be interesting.
That would make me more interested.
Because I'm down with like fewer models. I'm down with cooler characters. Like, 'cause they can pump out just name characters the whole time. They don't need to do like Rebel Trooper chaff, right? They're just like, here's all the cool stuff. Like I would love to see if Jedi Survivor pack, like maybe Cal, God, who was I'm drawing a blank on the witch that's with him, the witch of
Aaron.
Marin, and then like maybe a couple of his pals or something. Like that'd be cool. Like I'd play that. Like then you could have a second sister pack with, I think it was ninth sister, with the big one that
Yeah, that was nice.
Ninth and like a couple of, because like you could put them
The
together.
Purge Troopers in there, yeah.
Yeah, and like that's cool, right? Like that's like I'm playing what I want. And that's what I'm here for. It's like with when I play MCP, I just want to play Guardians of the Galaxy. And I went to a tournament and I just got like floored by someone who's playing like a hodgepodge of everything, right? They picked the best out of everything and they're playing me. And granted, I don't play much. And I didn't know what was going on. So a lot of the new units I don't keep up with it. And so he's doing like this nuts stuff. And I'm like, Rocket Raccoon moves and shoots. Like, oh, he missed. Oh no. And I don't blame MCP. I think it's actually a pretty good game. But what I don't like is I don't like the set defense dice. And this does that, has it set like you could, like in the demo, they rolled like a Kalani rolled up and rolled like 7 hits or something onto a clone trooper, and the clone trooper rolled his like 3 defense dice. I'm like, when was Kalani good? Like, when is Kalani rolling like 7
I don't
hits?
think Kalani ever made like a canonical attack.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on?
Well, the whole time going you over there, and now he's dropping bodies.
Yeah, right. Like, so it's just very strange, but I'm down to try it. Like, I've got the first wave pre-ordered, and I didn't realize it just like, oh god, it's gonna be 50 a piece, huh? God damn. I mean, 50 for 4 models of this quality is like not bad. It's just like money can only go so far. Also, I forget how lame some Star Wars characters name. My name's Savage Opress, or Big Mean Bad Guy. Like,
It's Savage. It makes it very much more. Yeah.
I'm
Lucas
Colonel Angry. It's like it just
Lucas kind of pooped the bed on that one.
Savage Opress. Like, I get it. All right. Like Mother Talzin, that sounds cool. I just God. And like this is wicked cool. Like you cannot run dual pack, like Obi-Wan versus like the 6th Vader pose, but like it's for the show that no one cared about. Like it's just that's what makes me bummed out. It's like, but it gives me hope that like they're willing to do cool things like this for things people do care about. Right? Like I would love an Andor set.
Whoa, I just saw the price on that.
Oh my god, $90. Yeah. I mean, you get 2 models. And I think they said the car comes off as terrain. You can use that, but like you wouldn't put this scenic thing in your board, right? You'd have to like
But if you can buy 4 of them and put them all corner to corner to corner and have a little mountain in the middle.
You can buy 2 bunkers and put them together like a little pillbox. Like if I was considered myself a good artist, like a painter, like this would be a fun thing to paint and put on my shelf, I guess. But god damn, are they like special? Yeah, I guess 2 unit 2 stance cards. Yeah. Obi-Wan's accepted his friend Anakin is truly dead, viewing Darth Vader as both Anakin's murderer and killer of many of the promising young Jedi. Sorry, yeah, I laughed because I had to like zoom in and go all the way to the left and like continue reading, but it looks sick. It's just damn $90. Because I don't really care about all of this. I just want the 2 models to play with.
They know that. They know that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason
They know
R2D2 and C3PO came to the escape pod that like it's just a lousy piece of terrain to begin with because it can't like block. It blocks LOS for like 1 model. It's
at best.
But I mean, damn. But I'll get it if I'm an idiot. Because I'm just a sucker. Appetite for destruction. Hello there. You're not an idiot for buying it. I don't mean that. Just me particularly, because I'll buy it and then be like, oh man, shouldn't have done that. I do want to say like the core set's cool. They actually get like characters people care about. Mostly. It's like Gar Saxon. Also, Rip, the actor, just passed away who played Gar, right?
Yeah, he did. And he was one of the guys. I think he's an original character in Ahsoka,
Yeah, I think so too.
but I don't remember. I think he had Kanan's lightsaber. Yeah.
But like this, you do get a lot in the core set. I will say that the core set's a good value of the amount of stuff you get, and you get to play like a full game. Looks like not having to like half of it. Nothing bothers me more than like the old FFG mantra of like a core set should be like a quarter of the full game. And so like some people play the old X-Wing, it's like one X-Wing, two TIE fighter, and they play it and like this isn't that good. And I'm like, well, it's not because you're not playing like
the full game,
the full thing.
Yeah, that is the whole game, I believe.
Yeah, that's each side gets 8 heroes, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, just counting, you have 16 characters in there. Plus, you get terrain. Plus, you get all the things that you need to play the game. Like that, 16 characters for 164 or 165 is basically right because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it's actually cheaper. Like per character, it's cheaper than the expansion packs. Plus, you get all the stuff you need to play the game.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Though if you're a content creator and you're listening, I do not need another open box of this product. I know it's real cool they got it. Everybody got it. I get it. I watched 3 or 4. It's the same stuff. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I appreciate you creating it, but like, if you haven't created an open box yet, you want to, like, power to you. But I just can't. I don't need to see more Grace Brews. I'm good. I'm fill up. I'm full all up. But this is yeah, I'll get it and I'll play it and I mean, I have more faith in this than I do
the game. There's now I'm blanking. You infected me.
Star Wars Unlimited,
the card game.
So I wanted to like this, but I am real sketchy on the track record of FFG. FFG's commitment to TCGs after Destiny. Like came and went. They said it was a complete game, and they just said like, "Peace be the journey." I'm out. That does not inspire confidence for me to buy and hope my cards hold value. And I know that's not the only part about a collectible card game, but it's there. The secondary market will always exist in these kind of things. But like even so, like I buy into it and I play it and I like it, and they're just like, "Meh." 2 years later, they're like, "Meh, we're done. Thanks for your money. Goodbye." Well, yeah, because I even like the art. I think it's cool. I'm kind of like, I guess from what I hear, I'm like maybe in the minority on that, but I think it looks cool. Like the style. It looks like cool stuff happening right at the beginning, and I'm here for it. And they even acknowledge Young Solo, which is like real.
Yeah,
big
I saw that and I was like, wait, huh?
That's real huge for me because I really loved Young Solo. And so to actually get that, I even own the coat. Like I own the guy's coat. And they're doing like tournament layout, like pre-releases, weekly play, store showdowns. Like they're saying all the right things. I just need to know that like it will exist in like 3 years. Like I just don't know if I feel like that.
And double-sided cards.
I think so. Yeah.
It's
bold.
an interesting approach for the.
I think this is like your leader you put out. Like you pick a hero. I didn't quite read the rules. Some guards affect the area. For example, many leaders such as Luke Skywalker, Spark of the Rebellion 5, and Darth Vader, Spark of the Rebellion 10, have abilities that can affect any unit, regardless of the arena. Leaders and powerful cards can be a centerpiece of the deck. A typical leader is played both an undeployed side where it starts the game, and then a deployed side where it's also a unit. Okay.
Okay, so just the leaders are.
Yeah.
Almost like a commander kind of thing.
Yeah, right. It's like that's neat. That's commander. I don't know. I'm willing to like grab a couple core like starter decks and give it a shot, or really enjoy a TTS mod. You wouldn't buy before you try, would you? So
You wouldn't download a car.
You wouldn't download. Absolutely, I would, my guy. So I'm willing to give it a shot. It's Star Wars, and I'm a whale for Star Wars, so of course they'll like some part of it will pass my hands, but my confidence isn't high. I have high confidence for Shatterpoint being around. That's why I'm willing to invest in it. But like this, I should be excited for. I'm just not. Right? I'm just like, well, God, I hope they don't like underprint it like they did Destiny, and no one could get it for months. And by the time it came back in stock, nobody cared. Right? Like that ship came and went. But I'm rambling at this point. So
yes, and
yes, and DD.
tournament results.
Yep.
Yes, the grand finale.
So team Poland, Angrosky, Zagel team. All right, let's see what we got. Lists. Okay, round. Nope. Is there not on page? Wow, I see lists. Oh wow, this was
try
this is
clicking
60,
on the player name. I'll give it a shot here on my end while you're trying to figure it out.
a 64-man event. Damn. All right. Stats, event rules, faction breakdown. Okay.
21
yeah, Republic was pretty close behind him at 17.
Republic's good at dealing with
Republic is well suited to dealing with Empire.
But it's usually a list button. Maybe I'm just not seeing it.
Are you signed in?
You know what?
Yeah, you gotta
Nope.
sign.
Yep.
How could you, Evan?
Oh, because it opened it up in brain not work again, brain shutting down. Have a good night. It worked in Edge and not Chrome. Okay, just a sec. Nope, that's that's oh god, I forgot I had that. The last thing I saved. Oh my god. Dude, I don't know what's going on with me tonight. I am real tired. I'm making a lot of mistakes. This isn't the content you came for. Maybe it is.
It is for some people.
You know what? I appreciate you if it is. The rambling Evan.
You need to put a timestamp on this. Like, okay, if you want to skip this, proceed to.
Here we go. List. Okay.
Choose your own adventure books. It's like, all right, if you want to listen to everything, if not, skip the 45 minutes.
Okay, Tobaz, dude. Man, I really wish these were put in.
If they were just sortable by like place.
Yeah. All right, so we got Callus IG88 one.
Triple Deuce?
A Sipple. Wow.
All right, so people have hated on Deuce for a while, and I don't know why. Nothing. I mean, the meta changed, but nothing from them changed from when they were like doing very well and dominant in aggressive lists for Empire. And now
Callus got first. That's actually huge. I think it's the first time I've ever heard Callus winning an event. Callus IG88. So Callus improvised orders, offensive push, ascension cables, his rifle. IG88 hunter targeting scopes. That's pretty. Snowtroopers, ion gun, impact grenades. Impact instead of ion. Interesting. Mortar trooper, shore trooper, the T21B targeting scope, shore trooper Delmico. Do back. You know, if I looked at that, if he didn't win, wait, is this the right guy? Yeah, right. Zaggle team, yeah.
Yes.
If this
Bias.
if he didn't win, I would look at this and be like, well, you don't have like a big punch or two in here. It's like a lot of little things, but he won, so like, I guess
I mean,
it's not a search, right?
IG-88 is, I would say IG-88 is probably the focus piece of that army with
Yeah.
Callis.
Oh yeah, and he can be afford to be a little bit more aggressive with him with Dell. I love the Dell IG-88 pair.
That's very good. Short troopers with the Miko is interesting. Normally, I'd not put them on shores because they're expensive, but to get the extra
No,
mortar.
You get the free aim for you get the mortar and you get the aim for lethal.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations, Tobias.
I mean, the ISB investigation can like
Such
Yeah.
a good card.
Yeah.
if you're on the right objective, that can be used like KP, right? So if you're playing KP against like a Vader and he's like, oh, I'm totally not like turn 5 he plays or turn 4 he plays like a 2 or a 3 pip or a 2 pip, and you're like, all right, well, he's got both his 1 pips left for turn 5 and 6 on KP, so like, and you played ISB and like you say no 1 pips, then like for the next 2 turns, like Vader does have to rely on his command cards. I don't know that whoever that is played against any Vaders, but like you do have to be careful with certain force users that like rely on their command cards to get them, where they need to be doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
And like shut that down was too good.
And second place was Daniel Gronowski, Cad Bane, so it's Shadow Collective, Duck and Cover, Electro Gauntlets. Okay, I mean that works. I'd say
Skinny Cad.
Yeah. Magdet, Black Sun Frag, Magdet, Black Sun Frag, Magdet Frag. So I'm sorry, Magdet Vigo Frag, Magdet Vigo Frag, Magdet Frag, Swoop, 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 and Double Truck. Orthodox Tactician, Frenzied Gunner, Heavy Laser Retrofit. Okay. Then Raiding Party Leader, and then Age. Wow. Okay. I mean, wow.
Poland's
Okay.
wild.
Yeah, man. Like, that's cool. Like, this is like, I'm like excited for Legion again. I'm like, oh wow, they're like playing weird things and winning. This is what the game used to be like. Mad Bull. Okay, Archer.
Archer's good. Me and Wes played against him and Mickey in the teams tournament.
Archer. Oh god, there's a lot of Archers.
That's the one with Mad Bull.
Mad Bull.
Okay, yeah. In Poland. Jin. Okay.
Jin Cassian.
Jin Cassian. Duck and Cover. I was playing something very close to this. It just didn't quite pan out like this did. Duck and Cover. Her
I
gun.
like this list.
Cassian, Duck and Cover. So offensive push, Cassian, offensive push, Duck and Cover, gun. Boba Fett, Tenacity, Boba Flame Projector, K2SO, Emergency Transporter, Jin's Blaster, CMO 93.
It's Vets with the Heavy.
Vets with the Heavy. Okay, that's right. Vets with the Heavy, Vets with the Heavy, Recon Intel, Medical Droid, Recon Intel, Mark II, Strike. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
I did this. I think Boba Fett's a pretty good answer to Jedi. He doesn't do it, entirely, but it definitely helps slow him down.
He didn't take
He
Whipcord.
is not playing Whipcord though.
Yeah. Rebellious? He played Rebellious.
I guess Jin is his answer. And Boba.
Or this is Giga Brain and everyone just plays like he has Whipcord.
That's true.
Could be.
The threat of Whipcord is 90% of Whipcord.
Yeah. Trust goes both ways. Last Stand.
Honestly, like Rebel, we haven't seen a lot of it, but I think the Rebel's best bet right now is just playing like Hero Hammer.
Yeah.
As many heroes as you can and just like sorting out which command cards are the best, because like their core units just get like ripped apart by Blizzard and Darks, but like
I think and also I think included them is I like Leia, which is not something people say a lot. And granted, I'm not a professional Rebel player, but I think Leia is very good into the into Blizzard.
Fourth,
with that
we've
one
got
against bites.
it can hurt them. Yeah, you can weaken them up before they get in. Fourth, we got T Series droid improvised orders. So CIS, Cad Bane, Sitch, Duck and Cover, Com, Electro. Okay, Bosk Hunter guarding scopes. E5S, E60R. So B1, E5S, B1, E60R. That's the rocket launcher.
The
right?
rocket, yeah.
B1 PK worker droid, B1 electrical binoculars, and then just another B1, and then step. Okay. 11 activations.
Yep.
Yeah, you just hold your
Double bounty, triple stab.
triple step 11 act.
It was good.
Wow.
I liked it. Triple stab was one of my first lists in my prepping for Worlds list that I did. I ended up not liking it against Dark Troopers, but
General
maybe double bounty can
Grievous?
help fix that.
General Grievous
we just
came
see
in
a-
fifth. Yeah, General Grievous came in fifth.
Archer says
Oh, what's
Sinsler?
Yeah, General Grievous came in fifth.
General Grievous.
Up close and
with
personal with a snail tank.
3 B2 Haas, snail tank, just a
Wow.
naked Magna Guard?
Eight activation.
I mean,
B1.
here's something I will say about Grievous. Like, giving him a mobile wall is
Pretty good.
maybe a solution to his.
Or was he
Dilemma.
okay? Also, snail tank with no other weapons.
No, just defense protocol. I mean, that's not terrible for the snail tank, right? Like it gets close range too.
It does have 2 guns on it anyway. Yeah, it's just the one's range 2.
Baja. So B1, E60R rocket launcher, PK worker droid. Then 3 B2s with the Baja Blast and the T Series tactical droid. Yeah, okay. I'm
So
over here, like, huh.
he only has 1, 2, 3 command cards that can actually give an order to the snail tank.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of there, huh?
I mean,
At that point, it's probably just like done with it at that point. Like
Up close and personal is interesting on Grievous. I guess you get a lot out of training your Jedi arts if you get a good spin, and then being able to poke with a pistol to keep a dot, like poke out, shoot, go back in, get a dodge. Like
it's
Okay.
versatile. You can just shoot out.
that's pretty good. Wow. Okay, I'm actually like, thank you, Mickey. You had to wait. Everyone had to wait till the end of the podcast for actual Legion content.
We'll put a timestamp on it.
Yeah,
all right, it's
but-
not we're having to wait for these overdue points.
Yeah, right. We're just killing time. Alexander.
Densky. These are all 3 and O's.
Yeah,
Is this the right one?
No, it should be another CS player.
Oh, okay. W. Yep. It's under
Right
Right there.
T Series. Okay, this is like
All right.
this is Naboo Roger. T Series tactical droid.
The E gear on the T series. The T series really.
Oh, huh.
Does it really need to
I mean, he went.
go in places?
Bro, he's in the point where he's like, I went 3-0 at a 64-man event. You're just like, okay.
Yeah.
He could have
All
put
right.
he could have put grappling hooks on every one of those B1 droids, and I can say nothing about it other than, oh yeah,
You can
okay.
say he's cheating because they don't have that slot.
Yeah. It's like,
Yep.
nah, look at that guy. You could say he's a cheater. No, B1, B. So he must have played the
Oh, so this is actually way
Invasion
back
Force.
when at Du Bois, Jay played his mass repair droid B1s and
Yeah,
the
this is
tank.
very
And this
close
is what
to
this is essentially what I suggested Jay to play if he was trying to do that list for like real.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs a repair droid. Load up on E5Ss
yeah.
and
This is just
go
a
to
mean
town.
gun line.
Yeah.
10x. Okay.
All right. Also, salute to this guy. This guy presumably bought 8 B1 specialist packs.
Oh, he bought 4.
Hey.
No, the E5S. That's in the
Oh, yeah. Okay. Damn. All right. I
he
mean,
deserved
look,
it.
The dedication.
And then Mickkkky came in 7th with Team Poland. No 3-0. Man, what is going on? Mickkkky, what do we play, Mickkkky? Here's Asajj Bosk.
I don't hate it.
No.
They sink the spider droid. See, the spider droid is interesting because if built properly, it should just be a mobile wall for Asajj to jump over.
Yeah.
No, not with the Ion. The Ion needs those actions to recover. It's a gun platform.
It's a
Oh yeah, because he's not playing the super attack. Yeah.
he's damn, force push. Okay.
So yeah, he gets the direct, goes through all the B1s, comes back around to the T series, uses the relay and bounces it to the spider droid.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw he's not playing the super attack.
Okay, good job, Mickkkky. Madam
Push
Webb.
choke into the fray. Offensive push. Offensive push, I think, is an interesting call there.
Dude, this list name. Matame Webb, Holothermic Lizard, and Chat GPT anti-darkness minions. All right, that's
there's a lot of Dark Trooper hate. Like,
yeah. I think
Sounds like a
everyone's
line
kinda-
from that the episode 3 translated and then retranslated.
Yeah. I think like everyone's just kind of like done with them. Like
Yeah.
Good job, Mickkkky. Yeah. And then
And
Jacob.
last,
Oh wait,
this is another
Is that-
Empire player.
is that my Jacob? Is that my boy? Jacob. What's the last name of that B?
Mickkkky. This is very hard for us Americans.
Is that my boy Jacob? Okay, Dark Troopers. Is this
Dark
right?
double bounty.
Wow. It feels greedy, but okay, yeah. All right, it's
I
not my
mean,
yeah.
Jacob. I think Shizano, my Jacob plays clones.
did he had Gideon in there?
Yeah, he had
did.
Gideon.
Given Boba or Bosk fire support, like
Oh, I didn't even
That's
think
pretty-
about that. Yeah.
pretty-
Yep, he's got it. Moment of consideration.
with 9 dice. Wait, if your if the Dark Trooper frag launcher is exhausted, you can't add dice with it, correct? It has to be ready.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frag
still-
Assault, Real Dark. 8 acts, so
Yeah.
9 acts really. Boba Fett, Bosk, Snow Trooper, Ion, Impact, Delmico, Specialist, Destroyer. Wow, okay. Damn.
Light
like-
on the bounty hunters, just double hunter and recon and Boba for the
It's like these
the
are the
recover
lists
grab.
at the end of a tournament that make me excited about Legion. When it's like they're all like kind of crazy, right? Like they're all like all over the place. It's when it's just like Blizzard, Double Dark, Blizzard. I just get very like
Are these the first
Yes.
darts we saw?
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Top
I
one
just-
was Callus. First place was Callus. Like what am I? Oh my gosh, that's wild. Put 5-0 first. Jacob.
Oh, he went in for the arts.
It's actually that might be Jakob. I know a few. Yeah, I know that's not him. Imperial Officer. Yeah, I think that's him. And then we also had Killian, I think, played in this. If this is the same. Oh, maybe not. I know he played in a big tournament over the weekend, like that around that weekend. We're supposed to have Killian on to talk about painting. But damn, all right. Hey, congratulations to everyone who played. Wow. Like that was actually like cool lists, and I wish I could go to a tournament and see that kind of like wild spread of like I don't even hate one Dark Trooper. Like one Dark Trooper is like fine to me. Like, okay, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna shoot them. Like this is like they're gonna get shot, but wow. So sorry everybody who had to wait through an hour and 10 minutes of just Evan like lightly stroking out about like things in the podcast to actually get to some really interesting Legion stuff. But yeah, I didn't know what I was in for, so I pinned it at the end. I should have pinned it before, but that's okay. You got to hear it. Poland's got the best meta. Go to Poland if you want to play some like real crazy games.
So as a community, if these points updates are not as needed like they should be, overpromised. Should it be up to us as a community to say, all right, you know what? We're banning these units.
Oh,
No,
I know.
no Dark Troopers for this tournament.
I mean, like any private event, you can. Like it's there's no like law saying you can't really. It's so I thought about doing something goofy with an extra boys, but it really depends on like because after LVO, the world chase is done. It's it goes to Decepticon. So Du Bois would be just like a whatever I want, like it's a children's Star Wars birthday party, maybe. Which is really good. But I know like for Invader League, Endless does like unit bans usually. It'd
Not
be
for
interesting.
not for Invader. I don't think it's the team lead.
Yeah.
Right?
Or Team League. I'm sorry.
He banned Blizzard for he banned speeder bikes last round, and he's banning HRUs this round. So like Blizzard has to sit out too, but Dark's got to slide through. So
Yeah. And like you can, and I think it's fine as long as everyone agrees. Because it's like if I spent, let's say I just really like Dark Troopers, and I spent like $120, and I built them, painted them, they look good, and I come to an event and they're like, no Dark Troopers for this event. It's like it'd be different if it was like I bought an X-Wing ship that was pre-built and pre-painted. Like I understand like the feelings of like, well, hey, not saying you can't use an X-Wing, like a $20 X-Wing is different than that, but I understand what you're saying. I think I would encourage, how about this? I would encourage event organizers to do cool stuff, to think about interesting, like, every list. If you're a rebel list, you have to have Han, if you're or something like that, right? Like it's maybe not like that, but like maybe Highlander, like every list has to be Highlander or something like that, like a cool building mechanic that make people think outside the box and try different things. And then when you run to a list, there's not like a defined, yes, this is the best, like this is the best Plinko chip, right? Like this just works. It's it really depends on what happens. Like what happens at the end of this month, what they're gonna say, that I might come back next week and be like, yes, absolutely, like no Blizzard's allowed nowhere, it's gone, I'm sick of it, get out of here, you. But then Echo Base becomes like this awful oppressive, like you can't hit W list. But yeah, no, that's interesting.
There are more things that are problematic than just.
Oh yeah, there are sharks under the water just waiting for Blizzard and Dark Troopers to like go away. Like Echo Base Defenders is bad. Like that hold at any cost is actually insane. Actually nuts.
It really pushes any sort of aggressive list like just out of the window, pretty much. I mean, like that one turn of having specifically with the interaction with fire support and standbys, like you can contribute and not lose your standby.
Yep.
The reason I brought to Worlds because I thought it was very unfair. Right, you bring things to big tournaments that you think are unfair, so you win. Right, like that's mine was just not unfair enough. You shot at my list, and I made sure you didn't kill what you're shooting at, and then I had a card that says you can't advance on me. Like that. I thought that was very good, and then it just power wasn't enough to stop the barrage of 4 bikes and HRUs and just getting tabled like every round.
I think what might need to happen to hold it at any cost is it may actually need errata that something like whenever an enemy unit enters range 2 of an emplacement trooper, it gains a standby.
Or maybe we just pull the battle forces. Shadow Collective can stay.
Shadow Collective, you're all right. I think Battle Force
faction, honestly. Like
they're a faction.
Yeah.
I think the idea is cool. It's just like the restrictions don't feel hard enough for the bonuses you get. Right? Like that's kind of the issue. But yeah, I'm fading fast, so my brain's shutting down. So I'm gonna land this plane. I'm sorry, I'm not working a whole lot of sleep. I gotta. We're gonna land this plane. Thanks for listening, guys. I didn't mean to cut you off, Austin. I'm just I'm dying. We'll pick this up, and you can hear either how happy or sad I am next week on the Fifth Trooper Podcast. Everybody, see you later. Stay rad, and we'll catch you later.
Okay, go to bed, Evan.
No, I want to play.
Go to your room.
I want to play Darkest Dungeon. Let me play my feet.
Join us next week for another edition of the Fifth Trooper Podcast.
This has been a Fifth Trooper production.